Greetings, friends, and welcome to Tinker Tailor Solder Fry, the Let's Try program here on the mighty Loading Ready Run Video Entertainment Network. My name's Ian Horner. I'll be your navigator through tonight's proceedings, and joining me today once again is Alex Stacey.
Am I on a bosun?
I think it's we got to get a bosun whistle one way or another.
Can I spot the poop deck?
Yeah, we'll actually have to get into that too.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, over in the Crystal Gondola, we got Paul on the ones and twos.
Hello.
And of course, we have a huge number of lovely viewers here at twitch.tv/loadingreadyrun right now, showing their support watching live. But of course, if you want to show more support, head on over to patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. God, I love seeing that old logo still here. Patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. It's what keeps the lights on. Physically, we are siphoning electricity from their offices as we speak.
There's a really long extension cord.
Yeah. And of course, you can always sub or bit over at Twitch. Head on over to YouTube and become a super thanker there, or make Beach happy and get yourself something nice over at store.loadingreadyrun.com. Lots of still newish stuff there. Clear the shelves while it exists. Mm-hmm. We've got a lot to do today, so we're not not too much to go on with, but you had a little show and tell you wanted to...
Oh, I was just going to point this out.
Yeah.
This is a cool thing. I don't know if it'll be useful today, but this is like new to me tool. Mm-hmm. It's a Vigor waterproof watch wrench.
Ooh, nifty. Let's get it over here on the overhead.
I'd love to do more tool segments like this, because there's some cool stuff.
Is working on watches underwater something that happens?
It's very difficult. It was very vogue in the 30s, and then most of the horologists drowned.
I'm getting the feeling that a lot of the majors transferred into underwater basket weaving due to the easy transition.
But yeah, that's very cool in my bag of tricks.
I've got you running your mouth too.
What is this?
Well, yeah. Why? How?
Okay, so we can partly blame Dandy Geek for this one.
Yeah.
Because my hobby is trolling Facebook Marketplace, and a year or two ago, I spotted this thing for a reasonable price, considering what it was, and I arranged to have it picked up and temporarily stored in my house. Because me and Danny Geek got like a little enthusiastic about it, because we were like, this would be cool to have an arcade cabinet for the
for the office.
And I took a stab at getting it running, because it was working when I got it, and I think I may have done something incorrect.
Oh no!
Because I don't understand CRTs. But I gave it a good cleaning and swapped in a bunch of buttons, and we have a board mounted that has like emulator stuff on it.
Yes, yeah, for those curious, we got a Mr. Arcade for it, so we got plenty of stuff. So. We've also got the Dreamcast, or not the Dreamcast, but the Naomi, which we can slot in here at some point. But before we do any of that, we need to actually get it back up and into a position.
Now, sorry, when you said you got this for a good price considering what it is, what is it?
Right.
What is it? Well,
it's an arcade cabinet of the. What's the name for it? Like it's a candy cab.
Candy cab's the word that the community uses for these. They refer to this sort of rounded, shiny plastic style.
To be played while seated.
Yes.
As opposed to like the more upright, conventional ones that you.
A lot of people are familiar with the Aster City from Sega. Some other. For the other Astro lines from Sega. This one is an OK Baby, which is, and I did some research today on this.
Yeah, it's a Taiwanese knockoff of a Japanese cabinet.
You would think.
Ooh!
No, what actually is, oh God, was it Gillesco? No, it's not Gillesco. Taito. This is a model that was originally made in Taiwan, and then the model was used for Taito. God, I can't remember the name now of it, but they used the same design. So yeah, big hunks of ABS plastic that is aging well,
There's
actually.
a lot of really cool stuff that you will see hidden just below the surface that you would never have any idea about.
yeah.
So I'm excited to get into this.
One of the nicest things, too, is you managed to find a really good one. Apparently, this particular model has a lot of problems with Yahoos trying to sit on this piece, and that causes extreme cracks, or in an attempt to head off at the pass, people will put these very ugly braces on the outside. So we've got a really good example here today.
Why would you sit on it?
Because you're
because you're
50.
12.
Yeah. Because you're 12 and you're already smoking 6 packs a day.
Yeah. Talking of the interior coloration has been affected.
Yeah. So why don't you crack open the front door? Does it use the same key on the front as it does in the back?
It doesn't.
Oh boy.
But it has all the keys.
Oh good.
Here.
Okay.
So the front actually, so that will open that. Oh, right. Here's all the gubbins.
Ah, the extra bits. Good, because I've got some extra bits as well that I brought in that are necessary.
While we're at it, I might as well open.
More electronic devices should be large enough to just have Tupperware containers inside.
Yeah, the interior of this is enormous. Here's some more buttons.
Oh, great. Yeah, we'll need those. We can grab some from another arcade thing there.
Oh, there's nothing in the coin box.
Oh, darn.
So I'll get the back open as well.
Yeah, and that'll provide a bit more light there. So while you're doing that, I'll explain some of what we're seeing here for the people who may not, well, maybe their first time inside an arcade cabinet. Everything you see here is actually quite normal. Quite frankly, there's attaching your boards and whatnot to a slot of plywood is perfectly okay. But what we've got in here right now, and you've got your coin box. This is where your little coin mechanism would go. Coin goes in here, falls down here, gets accepted or rejected, and goes into the money-making box. There's some information, a little counter, clicker up for statistics. This here is where most of the most of the unpleasant magic happens.
There you go.
Oh, thank you. Oh, actually,
Do you have a bigger one?
Yeah. Well, can you toss me my brown bag there? This way I can keep a hand free. And I also get to show off another piece of cool kit that I've got. This is a oh, hey, it found a screw. Oh no, it found a rivet. Is what it found.
It's probably not needed.
Yeah, this is a little Woobin G5 flashlight. They are super handy because they come with a little clip on them. Come on, go on. There we go. Got a rotatable head, but most importantly for this use, they've got a magnet.
Ooh. Goodbye.
Yep.
Oh, we've wiped the hard drive.
Yeah. All right. Well, what we're looking at here, you've got your power supply. That's going to provide power to everything essentially. We've got a amplifier here for the for audio. This is your control panel here. You got a full power switch, service switch, test switch.
That's for the buttons and sticks and stuff.
The service switch and the test switch are usually wired directly to the arcade board that you're running on.
Oh, okay.
So that'll turn on the test mode or the service mode.
I believe this is the monitor controls.
Yes, what Alex is hanging down here is the breakout remote controls for the monitor.
All right, so this would be like the V-hold and the things that would normally be under the monitor display under the TV.
Well, more likely things that would be locked behind the cabinet.
Well, I mean, on a consumer.
Yeah,
TV
even on a consumer TV, a lot of these things are not things that most people would be allowed to
Oh, really?
twist.
Cool.
Like here, you've got your red gain, your blue gain, your green gain, and then you've got your contrast, which is normal. But horizontal size and position are not normally things that you would get to adjust on a regular TV.
Nice.
Very important too. Actually, I'm just going to have a quick look at this. This is now this you did a quick job on this one, correct, Alex?
Which?
This particular remote board?
Yeah. I think 1 or 2 of the pots got crushed at one point.
Yeah.
And as I recall, I replaced them successfully.
Yeah, I know. It looks like you got them on there pretty good. And then I guess the real question is whether or not we got the ohms matched up correctly.
I think I did my best to look into what the requirements were.
Yeah, well, we're going to troubleshoot from scratch here, but before we do that, we need to get more information about what it is that we're working with. However, that's that. Couple other interesting pieces of important information back here. This is a isolator transformer, and that's necessary to keep the monitor power separate from the everything else power, because it needs to be clean and isolated and at the appropriate level. I'm wondering here what's going on with this.
Is that's like something that would normally be?
Yeah. Okay. So that runs up to here.
Yeah.
And I believe that's the power to the.
So that's the power to the monitor directly. This, if I'm looking at this power supply unit here correctly, this is there because that's on its own isolated circuit. So we should never plug that directly into a wall, ever.
I'm very entertained that this has like a Euro style plug with an Edison adapter.
Yep.
It's probably fine.
It's probably fine.
Now I'm noticing, in terms of speaking the monitor, is that a square monitor?
It's 4x3.
Is it?
Yeah, it is properly 4x3.
Oh, okay. I guess maybe it's just the angle I'm seeing it at. It looked like it was square.
Yeah. So I don't know. Do we want to pull this thing out of the cabinet, or do we want to?
The monitor?
Yeah.
I think we should.
I think that's
I think we should survey what we have to see, because that part is at least as fun as the rest.
Okay. Well, yeah. Let's give that an open up.
Whoa.
Nice and wait. This was this is where my experience with the cabinet comes in, because it'll hook the controls.
We want to make sure that both of these are
kickstand
locked.
there.
There we go.
Yeah, that's cool.
The other thing I was able to do is replace the this light from the inside.
Oh yeah, that's the marquee light. And yeah.
So here's the monstrosity.
You can tell there's like two heat vents that are going up that have discolored the plastic.
This is all cigarette smoke.
Yep. 100% Eastern Asian arcade smoke.
Yeah, that is that's some cigarettes.
Now, so what I guess we're trying to figure out right now is what the actual status of this, like, as far, theoretically all the connections are set up right now, but it's just not turning on at all, or is it not displaying anything? Like, where are we at?
Well, I think we should probably just power it on and have a look where it is. Before we do that, I'm going to grab one piece of toolage from the cart here that I forgot before.
Yeah, we can verify all the connections that we can, and
because if it is as simple as just adjusting the there it is, making adjustments, I mean, that would be great. If not, we do have a replacement yoke for the monitor.
oh boy,
That we can hopefully deal with. What I need to grab, and let's bring this down here as well, is this. I wasn't able to find any very easily, but this is an adjuster, and it's made this way so that you're not using a screwdriver to make your fine adjustments to these very fine potentiometers here for two reasons. Here it's fine, less of an issue because you're dealing with much lower voltage on the remote piece. You don't want to damage things, but when you're adjusting bits on the back of the CRT directly, you absolutely want to be using something that's not going to conduct electricity, just in case you end up shorting things and killing yourself.
I wish I'd known that.
No touchy.
Where are we going to plug this one in?
Well, there is behind you, just behind the House of Danger on the bottom shelf there, you will find a plug.
My God. Okay, stand back.
Yep, clear.
Okay, now, as I recall, there's
There's a power switch there.
that one, but
There's another one.
that's the one. under there.
Glorious. I never would have found that.
Yeah, it's it's all sorts of like little secret things.
So we're definitely going to want to get ourselves a Hawk Tuah fan for the back there. Just
A
to,
what?
a Knock Tuah fan.
Hawk to it. Get out.
I'm making Joe X. Oh, okay. So I've noticed one thing already.
Yeah.
We're not going to get any video because not everything's plugged in yet.
Ooh.
Let's shut her down.
So I think that should shut it down. Huh.
I'm going to go full shutdown.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure like the one under there is the master power, so that like somebody with this placed against a wall would be able to turn it on and off.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Let's get these out of here as well. These are things that are not necessary for what we're doing today. And then what we've got left to get in there, this is why we're definitely not seeing anything. This here is a JAMA harness. And JAMA is the standard, well, one of a couple standards, but the main standard for arcade interface. It's just this knife bar with the slot system.
I feel like I remember us talking about these when we were doing the Naomi stuff.
We have talked a lot about JAMA in the past. And this here is our arcade board, the Mister. And the nice thing about JAMA, I'm going to take my watch off so I don't just, and for several reasons actually.
So you don't get deleted.
Yeah, and also so I don't just completely mar up the surface. So here's our little arcade board, and it works off of the JAMA slot itself as well. So we're going to plug that in and make sure, because JAMA is not keyed, third parties have made keying systems for them so that you don't plug them in the wrong way. You can see that this one here is keyed. But it definitely matters because the big boys here, these two pins, are your power rails. And you want to make sure the power is being sent to the power and not, say, a joystick.
Why not key it?
Well, it's a professional system, I think is the reason on that. You should know better, Paul.
So that arcade board that's the Mister board, eh?
Yeah, Mr. Arcade specifically, and that's the arcade portion is what gives you the JAMA connection, your extra joystick connections, a selection for your CPS kick harness, which gives you extra buttons so you can play
right
things.
And then it's it's a main board inside, right? Or it's a main thing?
It's actually a FPGA board.
Oh, so it can do all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, it runs all the arcade systems, not necessarily in emulation, but in gated hardware.
Right. I love that. So the actual, do we have any information about like what actual game was on this before it was repurposed?
Not without any.
Last
not
it was
any information.
used, I think it had like a King of Fighters card in it.
Okay.
But like,
Would it have something like a Naomi in it, and then a board plugged into the Naomi, or is it?
Probably not a Naomi. This probably had if you said King of Fighters, that would have been. My arcade knowledge is not as deep as Dandy Geeks is, but
I wish we had him here. He's kind of the.
yeah, fun fact,
He is in chat.
he is in chat,
Hooray!
but not on Earth. I'll leave it at that. What? Right. Where was I going with that? Yeah. The thing about arcades is they're fully modular. So the idea is that any arcade board, whether it's going to be a multi-arcade system like the Naomi or the Neo Geo, which use cartridges, you're still generally going to have some form of JAMA slot.
Right.
So you just pull out the whole arcade motherboard if you're dealing with something like a Street Fighter 2, and if you want to put in Clue Land, then you'd put the Clue Clan motherboard on a piece of plywood, plug the JAMA harness in, and then that's it. Oh, and then maybe swap out, your cards and whatnot, your display cards to show us off.
So yeah, would a typical, like, if an arcade operator is going to get a brand new game, what they would actually get is a cartridge plus a bunch of like graphic appliques to rebrand the arcade cabinet, and then they just put that on as standard.
That is exactly correct. And if you go to, if you go to used arcade shops here in North America, or where I'm familiar, Japan, there are racks and racks of, usually you'll get the arcade board in an anti-static bag with the marquee art tucked into its own little plastic sleeve on top of it.
Right, which is why I guess when they had like specialized machines,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
the like whatever the Marvel beat 'em up game that was 2 screens
Yeah.
wide and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, it's a lot easier to swap out a small card than it is to roll out and roll back in an entire machine. Mm-hmm. So let's get this thing turned back on and see where we're at, and then we can make some more chatties. Clear?
Yep.
Okay, well, the mister powered up, so that's good. And the screen is still not anything.
Now there is a lot of stuff, like an entire board back here.
Yes.
It's connected to the.
I can see both of them here, actually. And you know what? I think it might be in our best interests.
Current assumption is that everything's working, it's just not actually displaying anything.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let me.
As far as I could deduce, the problem was with the monitor. Whether that's like a settings thing or like a physical characteristics thing, I don't know.
Is the monitor... I seem to recall from my youth with the CRT that like a CRT, even if powered on, even if it's not displaying anything, there'll be like a static.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Maybe.
that. So the static thing comes from the receiver. What you're seeing there is when you see static on a TV is background radiation being.
Oh, is that
Sorry.
what that is?
Sorry, I don't mean static in terms of...
But you can hear the like
Snow.
keening
Oh,
sound.
okay, yeah.
No, but I mean in terms of like, there's sort of it isn't completely inert is what I'm saying. Like there's sort of an indication that it is on.
It lives.
Yeah. So the main with this one, contrast should adjust the brightness, and I'm just not seeing anything coming to that screen right now, which gives me,
The heebie-jeebies.
well, less than hope.
So the JAMA harness is what should be sending that video signal to the
Correct. Yeah.
TV.
And unless any wires have been chopped, which I don't think they have.
Certainly would not have been me on purpose.
And if you had it working once before, then I would think that it
So
should.
I think what happened was like I had it displaying something. As I recall, it was the configuration screen for the Mister board. Mm-hmm. But it was like it looked weird and distorted, and I think it had like a pattern flowing through it.
Yeah.
And so there was some pots on the back of the set that I sort of twiddled with, and the picture sort of squooshed into a line and then stopped existing.
Which shouldn't be too much of an issue, but that could be. I mean, that could be your adjustment. It could be a bad capacitor. It could be.
Yeah, Dandy Geek figures it could be a busted pot or a blown cap.
Yeah, and the only way we're going to figure that out is by getting into it. I can tell you right now that the arcade Mister is actually receiving information from the arcade itself. I don't know if... Yeah, actually, it's got a little display on the front of it here.
Cool.
Maybe you can see it if I hold it up there.
Yeah,
It's very small.
I think
but-
I got all the buttons wired.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it is. The arcade is working other than the...
Does it Does it receive info from the coin slot too?
Probably.
Probably. All right. Well, that was a fun first test. Our first power on. Right. Let's make some room on this table
Yeah.
because this is where we're going to need to go next.
Time for the fun part.
Leave that.
So I guess sort of not worst case scenario, but like there's a world where it could be like actually just like swapping the CRT out for a different display.
Yes, and in fact, a lot of people do that specifically because they want different. What's the word I'm looking for? Because they want different multi-resolution monitors than what these initially come with.
Right. If you want to play something other than arcade games,
Yeah, or certain types of arcade games.
you need more than whatever 300 by
Pass me a small
400.
piece of masking tape.
Yes, sir. Of course. One moment. Definitely the intended tool for the job.
Oh yeah, it's fine.
All right. Oh, come on.
Oh, you bastard.
There it is. How
It
so?
doesn't need to be pretty.
Great, we just need to not have the
I'm
nut escape.
yeah, I'm just like, this is the lower left-hand corner screw that's securing this is also the grounding wire.
Great.
So I'm just getting that off. I
Okay.
also realized that I seem to, whoopsie, be very clumsy, to have replaced one of these screws with the most stripped Phillips head. I don't know why I did that. Well, I have some words with past Alex. I'm hoping it'll undo because I don't think I would have put it in very firmly.
Okay. Well, first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to unplug the monitor from the power supply,
That's a great idea.
so that at least then we can.
Ah, good. It's nice and loose.
Okay. And I just want to get a good look at where the not touch points are on the CRT.
They're in Japanese.
Well, that's a good sign. That means we're getting a Japanese screen, which is good.
I think there's like a little pinwheel thing that is around one of the wires. That it had some excited-looking text on it.
Oh yeah, there's a number of not touch points there, but
So I'm not going to take the top two bolts out until we are confident in hoisting this out. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and
Great.
then there's handles.
yep.
This I'm not so confident about,
Yeah,
but I figure
like I
on
said,
each side we'll
you
just
can
grab
use
it.
the monitor casing itself. That
I
is a
think
safe
that's
touch
a
point.
better idea.
All right. One more thing before we do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to disconnect the mister so we don't end up stepping or tripping on this.
That's a great idea.
I want a nice clean path to victory. Okay.
Did I seriously not have any better bolts than this? What the hell? Where did I put the first one?
I put them over here. And then I'm going to prepare one more.
This weird, like, yellowy rainbow color, I believe is a cadmium coating
Ah,
for corrosion resistance.
that's good. Apparently this game piece doesn't have anything other than a zinc coating that
Oh, neat.
ends up
Okay,
dying after a
so-
very short time.
Don't you just, like, gingerly try bearing the weight here?
Yeah, let's see what we've got. Now,
Now-
we've made a mistake already.
Yeah, we fucked up.
We need to move our hands around. Ready? Okay.
Okay, now let's... we are trailing some stuff.
We're just trailing the power cord,
That-
so I think we're good to go.
And that... oh, this is still connected.
Uh-oh.
Let me just get that. Come on. There we go. I think that's good.
And then it's directly this way. 1 second. Good.
Touchdown.
Okay.
Whew. Okay.
Aha. So I see what you've discovered here.
Marvelous.
We're going to twist this around in just
Yeah,
a second.
this is going to get very exciting.
But, just want to make sure we're not crimping any wires with the...
We might be able to finally install this wherever it's meant to actually be secured.
Oh, good lord! This
Yeah,
is
it's-
very okay. You know what? Let's turn this around.
Yep.
As people in chat pointed out, it looks like not only are there, handles on the monitor, but they're handles configured
we're good.
for one person to pick
Yep.
up the monitor
We can let it
and
down.
pull it out.
One Titan.
Yep. Okay, so.
Yeah, so you know the game Operation?
Yep.
This is like that, except if you touch the wrong one, you die.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, this is the one that I was talking about.
That's the excited one. Yep. You definitely. Koten o Tsukiken.
So yeah, the for those people at home who don't get the whole idea about when something being dangerous when unplugged, so capacitors are a electron component whose whole job is to hold a charge to do all sorts of various things, but usually it's used to smooth the electric signal or do all sorts of different things.
Yeah.
And they're designed to hold a charge. So they can, they're like a strange kind of battery.
Yeah.
Due to how it works, a CRT is effectively a ginormous capacitor. A CRT can hold a dangerous charge for more than a year after it unplugged.
Hundreds of volts could potentially be going directly through your body if you do things wrong here. The main places you do not want to touch are anywhere in here for the moment. Anywhere with a warning flag on it.
In any language.
Yep. And the other thing that you need to know about it is that not only is this full of electricity, potentially, it's also full of nothing. Which means you don't want to damage the tube itself because it will catastrophically implode, sending a large amount of glass in various
To
directions.
be fair, CRT glass is really, really, really heavy.
It is,
But, it is also pretty old.
glass is also one of those things. I mean, you've seen Prince Rupert drops.
I sure have.
You can hit him with a hammer as much as you want until you just
Ding
tick the
tip.
little bit to the tip, and the whole thing shatters.
I had a suggestion.
Yeah.
We could get an Apple box and prop up this end so that the whole thing is more horizontal.
Yeah. Do you want to go grab those? Yeah.
Maybe like a medium one.
So in order to do work on this, what's the safe way of doing
Well,
that?
this is the thing I've been dreading and excited for all week. We're going to have to discharge
Some caps.
all of the electricity in there. Now, we may not hear anything because it may not be powered up. It may not have been powering itself. 1 sec, I'll lift it for you, and then you can slide in.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
Maybe the
How's that?
next size down?
Yeah,
Because I would like it to be
Yeah.
leaning backwards rather than tipping the other way. Where was I thought-wise? There we go. That'll do. Now it's leaning the right way.
Much better.
Okay. So there is a safe point that you can access in order to. Where's my stool? There it is. And it's helpfully under this little cap here, which leads to the flyback transformer. You need to get under there. Now, there used to be special tools that you could buy that were kind of like a needle and a little alligator clip, but you can make your own. which we're about to do now. We're going to take this clamp of wires and this screwdriver. We're going to attach the clamp, and we're going to attach this to a ground point, like here. Or better yet, flatter and more attached. That's a good point, Cormax. Some CRTs do have bleeder resistors in them, which means that as soon as the TV is powered down, the little resistor will start to bleed off the excess voltage and eventually bring it down to zero. You never want to trust that as being the only way that you're out of here. When we do discharge, usually when we hear a sound on this show, I like to get in real close with the microphone. We're not doing that today. We may not even hear anything. But before we do anything else, I want to be triply sure that this is going to work. So I'm going to take my multimeter, put it in continuity mode, touch it to the chassis as a ground point, and touch it to the tip of my screwdriver. There we go. So that is going to make a circuit when it eventually touches the connector inside there. Now, the reason I'm using a Phillips rather than a flathead is you'll see a lot of people use flatheads, but the instructions I received said that you want to use a Phillips because it causes less potential damage to the glass and to the tiny electrodes underneath this cap.
What?
So, right. I guess now is the point. I'm going to close this down as well, just so I've got a little bit more space.
Kickstand up, yeah.
Yep. There it is. Yep. Whoop. Watch out for the wires. So many wires. All right. A few things that you're going to want to... Well, let me just sit back down again. A few things you're going to want to remember at this stage if you try this. And usually I don't do this because this is a Let's Try program, but I'm going to suggest maybe this is something you will want to consider highly before you try.
Think carefully.
Yes. Risk is involved in everything we do. Be aware of the risk that you're taking on and be safe. So we're going to add yet another layer of safety here in a insulated glove in my right hand. And then we're going to make sure that we don't have any jewelry on, or the microphone is a questionable thing, but well, we'll work from there. We're also going to either keep our non-dominant hand or non-used hand in our pocket or behind our back while we do this. And the reason for that is that if you do end up with an electric shock, the body's natural response is to clench up. So if you have your two hands out in front of you, it's going to hold things towards you rather than anything else. And Alex is here with a nice piece of wood to make sure that if anything does happen, he can whack me offset.
If something happens, he hits you with a piece of wood. That's the plan.
That's the plan, Stan.
They think we're joking.
Yeah. So, hand behind back. And I'm going to try and find a good angle here.
I love this show.
The menace of a just piece of wood in the foreground.
No.
Sorry. Coming around this side just because I want to be away from it as possible. Ooh. Get it underneath the cap. Okay. And then we're just going to touch that to that. That should do it.
If I was an asshole, I would have made a bang sound behind you.
You would be a complete asshole. Okay. That has been discharged.
Does that falling off, is that why we're having a problem?
No, I don't think so. Let's have a look here. So, it's not held on by very much, but it is slightly held on by spring force.
But is that normal for it?
Well, I don't know. This is the first one I've opened, and they seem to be harder to get open on other displays, but it was in there securely enough, so I'm going to believe that that's where it is supposed to be.
All right.
Okay, so we are not safe, but we are safer than we were before.
Well,
Now
you
we
can
can-
never be fully safe.
Yeah,
but-
now we can at least just examine things. So let's put that away for now
So,
and take a drink.
what are we looking for here in terms of what could be the cause?
The first thing we're going to look for is we're going to examine the boards and see if we can find any evidence of capacitors blowing or leaking. We're also going to look for signs of solder joints becoming brittle and breaking open.
As an additional suggestion, I think an idiot check of verifying all the connectors being seated.
Is also a good idea, yeah. And in fact, we can probably run some, we can run some continuity tests too if we need to. But the nice thing is now we can also make sure that we can also connect it back up to the internals
Yeah, and
while
just-
it's out.
See if it works.
But let's start with some of the bits and bobs. So I want to get this out here.
So that's the control board for the CRT.
Yeah, this is one of the control boards. So that's our power. Okay, that goes in there, and I assume that power is just power. I don't see any problems with it.
Is this kind of a CRT? Like, is this setup significantly different than what like a home television would have been like? Is this got extra bits in it to make it work better for this purpose?
I mean, at this point, the tube is the tube. But what the difference will be here between this and a TV at home is this backplane and this control board. The TV is going to be set up for an NTSC signal, which is a different frequency and resolution than you're going to get on these arcades. These arcades are usually 320 by 240, which is a weird resolution. But
That's weird.
Right, and because NTSC is 300 by 400, right?
yeah. And then, of course, you can go into the progressives, the 480p, and that's why people like to have those multi-scan monitors, is they can be multi-scanned.
Right.
Okay, let's start looking at the back here, just to see if anything seems out of whack. And already there's an O. Ooh. Okay, we got the super zoom at all?
I can grab the. We don't have it all.
In the
but
meantime, I
grab
can
it.
move
One
this
sec.
closer.
Maybe just do a. Okay, Alex is going to bring in close here. Great, thank you. So I have thoughts about potential problems, and my first thought is, why is this edge of the circuit board super broken?
Oh!
Which, in and of itself, might be a problem. But then you have this bodge wire going from here to here, making believe that it might have been fixed.
Wow.
So, yeah. Yeah, this is already a pretty damn sketchy situation back here.
Sweet.
I am not pleased with. Let's go ahead and remove the board.
That wire definitely doesn't feel like it fits.
Yeah, that corner is.
Okay,
See if I can get any closer.
power. That is the degaussing ring, I think.
Oh yeah. They used to be. I remember in school in the computer lab. There was whatever, all the computer lab computers with CRTs, and That was because we were super cool kids. Every once in a while, somebody would go degauss.
Yep.
And then everybody has to quickly go through the menu on your monitor and hit the degauss button, and then the monitor goes boom, 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 boom.
That's so funny.
Okay, I don't want to deal with that, but this is one of the other areas where adjustments could be made.
I think that's what I was messing with.
What you were initially twiddling with?
Yeah,
Okay.
that ended to the experiment being discontinued.
Yeah, it's true that that upper edge of the monitor that board definitely looks a little crispy.
Yeah.
It's got that crunch to it.
Everything's well connected.
Oh, that's good.
So maybe. Does this disconnect at all? I don't think that it does, but that's just connected to this, so we can move that around here. All right. And this is connected to what? That as well.
Anybody want to look up that Toshiba serial number?
So everything's pretty dirty,
Yeah,
but
that fine cigarette coating.
The hilarious part is that I think this is after I cleaned it.
yeah, I don't see any signs of leakage, but that doesn't mean necessarily that it's fully okay. Let's see here. Okay, I think I'm just going to say that board it passes the visual inspection.
Yeah, the serial number here is R-870023545154 Toshiba.
It's like somebody's phone number.
Now, is there a way this is meant to be secured to that plate there? Because we should probably...
If one could. I don't actually see any mounting holes.
Okay, that's peculiar.
that
I mean, there's a
match
mounting
up.
hole here.
Yep,
and
but there's
there.
nothing on this particular little board here. I don't think that's necessarily a problem.
Okay, well, I mean, just to keep it from shifting around, I don't know, maybe we
Yeah.
could throw some double-sided tape on here, but that's academic until we figure out why it's not
Actually
working.
figure it out, yeah. Now let's have a look at what we've got for our replacement, just to see if that's anything that could be
We can just, like, chuck it in.
a slot in. Because we got this big ol' brand new potential potential replacement.
Oh.
And it is actually a full unit. Oh, good.
Oh, that's encouraging.
Well, if that's the case, how do you feel about just swapping it out?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So, which is this replacing that bit that's on the back of the CRT?
This and this, they're a combined unit.
Ooh.
And hopefully it's compatible.
Well, we'll find out.
So that would eliminate. So it would reduce it to just the actual physical CRT itself.
Exactly, just the tube.
Which,
Tube.
if the tube was broken, would probably be more obvious.
Yes. This also gets us a new flyback cover and connector. Okay, instead of that, how about, would you mind taking care of the, the unwrapping? And I'm going to remove this from the back of the board here. So this is a very, oh wow, that is super just
This is crotch.
barely holding on. We want to be very gentle with this removal because this is the interface between the tube. This is how all the fun gets into the monitor. Is a series of small
It's a blue
pins.
smoke pipe.
back there. Oh, wait, I think we've... There we go. So yeah, that's the input. We don't touch these at all, as far as I understand.
That would be the barrel of the electron gun.
Please, Paul, the muzzle.
Now, can we rifle our electrons? To get them to... Actually, yes, we can. Electrons have spin. What am I
For
talking
real?
about?
It's true, yeah.
That is wild.
Well, that's in order to make the electrons go straight.
Now, am I introducing a lot of static charge into this?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and I guess we're just going to push this whole system. Ooh, nope, that's connected. That's fine. Over here.
Is this replacement part also from Dandy Geek, or is this something that you've acquired?
This is also something from Daddy Geek.
Hurrah!
He's been instrumental in putting this project together.
I like how sort of haphazard those the heat sinks are. They seem to be just kind of a couple of sort of arbitrary things. Yeah, we'll put one here, put one here. Sure, we'll put one over here
Okay.
too.
So here's our vertical. This is our horizontal. And this is our vertical. Those are controlled by our friends over at the Outer Limits.
We control the horizontal, we control the vertical. It turns out that there's two little wires for it.
Yep. Oh, you've got control again? Okay, good. We're done here. That's a $25 per hour service call, minimum $20. Okay.
Golly, what a tangle.
What's that last thing connected there? What are you? Ah, that's the, I assume, the degaussing spring. Okay. Okay, let's put this
Wow.
away.
Do we want to take this opportunity to clean it a little?
I would not be comfortable touching much of the back of that CRT, to be honest.
That's
The
reasonable.
windings are a very fragile thing, and as long as the cigarette smoke doesn't turn conductive, I think we're fine.
Heck, it might actually help to insulate.
I think if we hit that with an air duster, it would make a plume of cancer.
Yeah, no, it's stuck on there good.
Yeah, just leave it.
Okay, so this has its own mounting bracket, which is nice.
Ooh.
Glad they come with that. One assumes that it is all correct because we don't have.
I'm just gonna put this up on this table so it doesn't get trampled.
All right.
I don't suppose there's instructions or anything like that.
Sorry, that was just funny.
Yeah, that's not unfortunately going to be the case.
This is a
for
wild
us.
east, my boy.
So let's just move this over here. Oh yeah, big difference in terms of the hooks available.
Ooh, that's pretty. Now that multi-pin thing coming out of the back, is that some sort of standard?
I believe it is.
Huh.
Do you know what isn't standard?
What?
Pretty sure everything else on this goddamn board.
Awkward. We gotta figure out where everything goes.
Yeah. Normal and reverse. So I would assume that's that ring up there. This is Power and power. Okay, so that's normal. Boy. It's unfortunately not as simple a... Oh my god. Just looking at some of these connectors.
Oh dear.
They are not...
They are not the same.
No. And there's different numbers of them too. I could plug stuff in, but that's working blind, and that's not good.
If we had like if you have like the serial number of this board, might there be like a service manual or something?
Quite probably. But
I was also going to say, like, now that we have this board out, maybe we could inspect it more closely.
yeah, let's give it a look.
I'm going to make some space on the table for that.
Sure. Meanwhile,
With that, with the serial number that we got off that board, I feel like some have the quintessential like 90s computer tech support experience, which is you look up the serial number and there's one forum post from a long time ago of somebody with the same problem and nobody answering them.
Or even worse, somebody saying, I figured this out, thanks, and no information on how they accomplished it.
yeah, thankfully the other board is very well labeled in terms of what does what. This one's a little bit less so. I feel like normal and reverse, those are low and high. Just looking across the board here to see if anything at all matches, and nothing does. So that's unfortunate. Okay, I'm just going to let this... Oh, here we go. I found a... this is the Nanao.
Now,
Nanao. Which means, if this is the Nanao I think it is, we should be able to work with this pretty...
Wait, 2025?
Who's 2025ing?
2025 419.
Oh, that was probably the date that it was last refurbished. 'Cause this doesn't look like a brand new board. Okay, if chat wants to get ready for what I think is a model number, this is a Nanao. That's a NANAO 05A00362G1. Once again, that's Nanao 05A00362G1. And I'm going to I could look that up myself. Where did I put my glasses? There they are. Topic nano monitor smoking. That's not good. Oh, come on. Okay, fun fact, you can't fingerprint through nitrile gloves. Oops.
I think this corner might be more busted now.
Might be more busted.
Yeah, it's like... Oh, there it goes.
Yep, that just literally flaked apart.
So...
1 second, I'll get some camera in here for you. if you want to show the class.
Do we need that part?
I'm pretty sure the bodge wire was on there for a reason.
Yeah.
Are there any actual traces on that part?
I don't know. It certainly looks like it's. I mean, see, the problem is that like I personally know just about bupkis about PCBs and how they work, but the metallic-y bit it's broke.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know a lot about PCBs either, but I think they're supposed to be like in one piece.
Yeah, I think that I feel reasonably confident diagnosing this as a problem.
Oh man, there was an arcade forum post in the chat there just a couple seconds from Art. Paul, if you could grab that link and maybe throw it to me.
Yeah.
It looks pretty good otherwise.
So I pulled up a lot of stuff here. There we go. Aha! Thank you. Twin Daytona cabinet. Ah, there it is. Yep, chassis is labeled 05A. The CRT is a Toshiba. Well, we're in a good direction here. A68KJ. A68KJ. U96X. Well, hey, that's a match.
Oh, is it?
Okay, great. Main fuse was their problem.
On this board over here, the F801 125 volt 5 amp fuse,
Quite possible.
which is good.
Looking good?
Yeah, it looks fine.
Okay. Well, in that case, now that I've got that, let me see if that's the right, if I downloaded the right manual earlier today. MS-29. Block diagram. Okay.
Now, where can I post this? Maybe I could just throw it on the...
So do we know if this is an MS-8 or an MS-9 chassis here? Flow.
This guy's going through quite a ordeal. He's getting like new components. He's resoldering things.
Yeah, there's a lot that you can do to these boards to bring them back to life.
Really?
Most of these sorts of driver boards will have kits available for them of full capacitor kits for recapping.
Hot.
Yeah, it's super hot.
Yeah, it sounds like he actually ended up recapping things, and he went through a whole odyssey.
You, MS9. Everyone says it's an MS9, but I think we've got the 8 then. Okay. So let's see if I can find a diagram. Ah! Okay.
What have you found?
MS-826. No. Everyone loves the MS-8. Okay, wait a second. Do I have the MS9 then?
Okay, new plan. We don't replace the CRT. We cut a hole in the back of it.
And have us act out the games live?
Yeah, and then if somebody wants to play Street Fighter, we get people to just like act out the game.
I like it. I think Adam would be into that. Actually, we just like tear all the guts out and have Adam reading a Soya. I'm going to share this with the chat. If I can figure out how to do that.
That's 928.9E.
There we go. Enjoy.
Not that one either.
Research, the exciting part.
Yeah, we didn't get any. You didn't find any documentation in that box, did you?
I don't believe it came with any.
No, I don't believe so. But
This is an invoice. There was that thread that that Discord thing that might have some pinned messages.
yeah, I might check there in a second.
Yeah, it's mostly joystick stuff. Well, while you're researching that, do we have a... Let me see if I can get an angle on this so that I can show people... let's see. So I tried this. Okay, this here. I think, Paul, there's an angle that you can get. This is the coin mechanism.
Ooh, neat.
That this is like a modular piece that goes into the cabinet, because you can get ones that accept different types of coins, like North American coins, Japanese coins, probably European coins or whatnot, and this is one of those like entirely mechanical devices, and you can. I went down this rabbit hole of like adjusting all these little tabs and so forth, trying to get it to work with some tokens I had, or maybe just like a regular Canadian coin.
It's a little bit like that like pachinko machine you had.
Yeah. So it's got. Gosh, I'm trying to think. So. Let me see if I can remember. Ian, do you have a coin of some sort?
You do not, unfortunately.
That's so funny. Yeah, I don't have any cash either. But this black lever here is the coin return, which hilariously pushes the entire checking mechanism out, so that anything that's in there just drops out the coin acceptor. And then, as I recall, there's like a bunch of little...
I have some pennies. Are those, are those too small?
It might work. It'll probably pass through and just like not do anything. But when I was working on this, like I think there's little screws and gubbins that you adjust to suit the type of coin, and there's a bunch of different elements to it.
So it's like they have one. You don't get like a different mechanism for different places.
I think you can, but it has like a range of adjustment. So like, yeah, so like this this screw here is used to adjust the tolerance on this hinged mechanism, which I'm pretty sure this is the that might be the magnetism checker. And as I recall, it has like a magnet or something in there to check the material of the coin. And then you have all these little pivots that I believe will check the dimensions of the coin. So it has to be like a certain diameter, a certain width in order to be accepted. And then if basically it falls through a series of these checks, and if it completes all of them, it drops past a lever that will trip and complete a circuit to tell the machine or the CPU that a valid coin has been inserted. And if it doesn't, it goes, it's routed back down to the coin return. But yeah, this is just so many fascinating little like subsystems.
Yeah, I like that it's just like, this sort of wholly mechanical system that's basically unchanged since, the days of pachinko and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. But instead of activating a mechanical thing to release balls or whatever, it activates a little switch that just adds one, life or whatever.
Yep. But yeah, you see, I think my research led me to seeing that there's like a bunch of different types that you can get. I think that sometimes people who run these cabs at home will set it to like just free play, which is usually a software or like dip switch setting. Dip switches, gosh.
But then how do you call next game if you can't put your quarter up?
Fist fight usually. This is fun because we get to talk about like a lot of sort of technology of yesteryear. Like, do people even talk about dip switches anymore?
Oh, all the time.
Okay, well,
Okay.
I'm right here. Yeah, so well, in the context of an arcade machine, dip switches are usually like a little tiny board with a bunch of itty bitty little toggles.
Yeah, we have some stuff with dip switches around.
Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of the time, at least in some games, and I sort of figured this out through using emulators, setting those dip switches can alter the characteristics of the game. Like you can, so for Metal Slug games, for example, setting the dip switches will toggle whether like the blood effects are on or off, whether you have to pay to play it or not. You can adjust the number of lives the player gets by default and that kind of thing.
I feel like dip switches are like they're a sort of the cheapest way to have a bunch of selection stuff. If you don't want to actually have like some sort of UI, it's just like, okay, we need to allow the user to be able to select things.
Well, not necessarily the user, but like the owner, because like.
Well, right. I mean, the owner of the person using the device.
Well, that's the thing about that makes arcade machines kind of fascinating is because by design they're semi-closed architecture, where there's control surfaces that are only meant to be used by the player or like customer, and then control surfaces that the owner is meant to have access to. And those are separate. Like that's why the power switch is on the bottom under the lip of the cabinet, because it's like it needs to be accessible, but like you don't want to make it obvious so that people can just turn the machine off. It's ultimately just an inconvenience if somebody knows it's there, but
yeah, it is an interesting thing of sort of being, it's sort of a slightly adversarial piece of technology. And then of course there's the third level of the owner of the company making the arcade, and sometimes they have sort of an animosity with the arcade owner because their goals aren't necessarily aligned.
Yup. So I'm going to share an anecdote that I heard, and I have no idea if this is true or not, but arcade software devs, and I suppose hardware devs, maybe working in tandem, have a difficult relationship with piracy, because like people will dump the software from the physical game cassettes or modules, and that's like a weird sort of thing to try and combat. And I have heard tell that sometimes arcade cartridges will be booby trapped. And the most famous example that I heard about, and again, this is just like hearsay. I have no way of verifying it. I hope it's true, but for, I think it's In the Groove 2, it supposedly had this module called the Roxor Boxor, where
The Roxor
If-
Boxor.
if the hardware was removed or like tampered with or opened in a way that would precipitate somebody trying to dump the ROM, a physical spike would pierce the hard drive platter.
Wow.
That's impressive.
So it's like I guess like a suicide component.
Yeah. I mean,
There's got to be an easier way to do that.
I don't know.
the most famous one being, of course, Street Fighter 2, where they would, I believe it was Street Fighter 2.
They would send a guy to your house and beat you
Oh, no,
up.
sorry, is the CVS 2?
Maybe?
People will correct me in the chat, but it was quite simply just a battery on the board
Right,
that
right,
kept
yeah.
the keys to the encryption keys to the game
Oh, wow.
alive in RAM. And if that battery ever died, you'd lose the keys and the complete board would be useless.
Wow.
CPS 2, thank you.
What if I was making one of these? It wouldn't be a very good anti-tampering system, but I would put like spring snakes inside the box. So like you open the box and just
Spraying like
it was booby trapped. Does it do anything? No, it's just spring snakes.
Yeah, it looks like you have a line from the flyback transformer onto the like foil embossed logo, as if anybody touches it. It's
Yeah, I imagine those. Yeah, they got, and it's one of those sort of security by obscurity kind of things.
Talking of this kind of thing, I heard that I think somewhere in Europe there was this one of those robot dogs that was a drug courier that had like I think it had like QR codes on it or something, and it would like transport drug baggies to people. And when the cops seized it, it wiped its own hard drive and GPS data.
Wow.
So it just like lobotomized itself in response to being caught. It's just like, oh, we cyberpunk now, boys.
And it swallowed all the drugs.
It's like, I can't go to jail. Nom, 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 nom.
Okay.
Oh, that is funny. Just like the weird little traits of technology. Also, like, I don't think there's any on this board, but PCB signatures, I think, are very cute.
Oh yeah.
Some
fun-
designers will just put like little logos and Easter eggs and so forth on the PCB, and it's charming.
It's always fun to see those.
Yeah, let your creativity out. Little highways.
Speaking of dip switches, I was like,
Oh,
this is the
there you go.
the Black Magic up-down cross converter. It's super handy. It converts video signals.
So,
But if you look on the back,
yeah, right there. Cool.
and yeah, it's like 1 2. It says 1 to 8, and then the fun part is because it's a binary code. Then
there's a cheat sheet on
yeah,
it.
then they have to print the entire cheat sheet.
Let me see here. I'm gonna zoom in. This is cool.
on the back side of it, in order. So it's like if you have it's to like what signal do you want to go through? Do you want it to be at 720 or 1080 or what?
I was actually having this exact problem with a PID module that I was trying to configure for a lab kiln, because I forgot that like setting something to 1 or 10 was different. So we can see here, it's like got all the different things in what position
Yeah,
you
so
would have.
it's what format you want it to do. Now the fun part is figuring out, like it's got on and off, but the picture of the dip switches and the actual dip switches themselves are at a different, they're 90 degrees from each other, right? So like if you find the one you want, like 1 on, 2 on, 3 on, and then you look at that, is up or down?
Oh
on or
no!
off, right?
Oh no! It's upside down.
There's a little teeny weeny arrow that tells you like what the on is.
Oh, that's terrible.
But yeah,
That's
I definitely do it the wrong way the first time.
that's so
most of the time.
funny. These like little details of like technology. This is why it was fascinating when I brought my Geiger counters here, and we saw these like Soviet architecture,
Right.
and
Yeah,
how
yeah.
like weirdly different colored it was.
I'll give you a little report on what I'm doing here. I'm trying to track down any information I have about the pinouts on this little device because, like I said, they are not labeled as well as the other board was.
Well, like we can just start plugging stuff blindly and
Yeah,
hope it works,
that
right?
will not cause a problem whatsoever.
Oh yeah, for sure, bud.
While you continue doing some research there, maybe this would be a good opportunity to take a quick commercial
That
break.
would be
That's a
great
fantastic idea. Everyone get up, stretch your legs, swap your fluids.
Ground yourself.
Yeah. And we'll be right back after a few minutes. Don't go all the way away. Welcome back to Tinker Tailor Solder Fry, where we are, we're playing around with high voltage. At least we were. Turns out I don't have enough information in front of me to get this new board connected to this tube. And the reason for that is the plugs. Not only do I not know which pins on this board are the correct pins to go to the various parts in here, but also we don't have the connectors. That the connectors are completely different for the previous board than they were to this one, and means we're going to have to, if we're going to use this board, go ahead and repin and reconnect all of these things, which
Jolly.
is fine. This gives me an excuse to get some new connector. I think these are JST, but we'll have to find out exactly what it needs. Which means looking up the board and looking at tracking down the pinouts and whatnot. It's unfortunate that it's come to this. However,
I don't suppose there's anything in here.
no, I can very emphatically tell you that does not have what we need.
We just need to replace all the connectors with like USB-C.
Yeah, everything.
Oh,
Yeah, USB-C
God.
would fix everything. It would not fix anything. But that's going to be a offline project, I think, because it's going to take a while, and we'll need new equipment to bring in. But we'll bring you in when that eventually happens. In the meantime, I did have a look at the broken corner of the previous backboard that we were having a look at. And to my eye, none of the pieces that are on that piece of board are necessary for it to function. So,
Okay.
my thought is that we can put it back together with what it's got. Maybe try the back pieces to see if those twiddling those knobs
Yeah.
will make a difference.
Let's give her.
And then, if not, well, then we know for sure that that one's not working, and we need to work on this. But we got options. In the meantime, you've got a coin mechanism to.
Yeah, so you're going to
play
hate
on
this.
Yeah.
Your coin is too big to fit in it at all.
Wow. Which that's bizarre.
It's so funny.
Right.
Can you just move that over a little bit so we can see?
Oh, yeah, so like... Doink. We can put it through the return, but you see...
But it doesn't get through the actual
Yeah,
adjudicator or whatever
yeah,
you call
it
it.
doesn't go anywhere through there.
Yeah, I see.
Okay.
I noticed the tag on the thing says 25 cents, so presumably it's set up for quarters.
Yeah, maybe.
What would?
BSP 25 cent Asahi Seiko, made in Japan.
Hey. Thanks, Asahi.
Arigato.
And actually, Seiko, that's probably the watch company, honestly.
Yeah?
They make mechanical things.
You know,
all
like-
right. I'm going to move this over here.
It's like Hitachi, makers of massagers and front-end loaders.
And didn't they make some biplanes at some point?
Maybe bikes as well.
Yeah.
Just make sure you get the right thing for the right job.
Yeah. Okay, let's remember how we had this. I believe it was Twisted Tiffany style.
Tiffany style?
Bad music joke. See, her legs were Tiffany twisted. She got the Mercedes Benz. She got a lot of pretty boys
upset
that-
now.
Blame Don Henley. I'm sure he wrote those lyrics.
All right. Don Henley,
You're on notice.
you're on notice. You've got a lot of explaining to do.
Yeah, actually. in
Curse
general.
you, Don Henley!
All right, maybe I shouldn't have done it that way, but we are doing it that way now.
Well, this is a soft fit.
Yeah, really. I mean, we probably want to take this out anyway when we put the monitor back
Yeah.
into the thing, but... right now, okay, ACM. So here's some fun things that I discovered while I was looking at the direction things were going in. First of all, that ground is mighty loose. Let's finger tighten that for now. Whole lot of cables coming out of this, again, regular pin cable, which has ground, which is amazing. But they break it out, and the ground goes to the chassis, and then they just ignore all the other wires, including another connector, which doesn't go anywhere. It goes to these two clipped wires here.
So now, do you think that's like a bodged repair job, or could that actually have been just how it's made?
I think it's, well, no, I wouldn't say it's a bodged repair job, but I would say it is a repair job that was
I
done.
wonder if it's anything like PC power supplies, where they have the daisy chain, and sometimes half of them you just don't plug in.
Yeah, that
Somebody decided to, cut the ends off.
could very well be. But no, so this is clearly not the monitor that came with this device. So,
Really?
well, that's why there are all these splices everywhere. Otherwise, why would you do that?
We will continue the tradition of this console of Theseus.
Yeah. I like it. Everyone loves the. Where did you?
That was the degauss you pointed out?
Yes. Now, where was that on the board?
I saw a pair of pins that said DEG.
Yep. So it's probably just one of those.
It was either maybe not that one maybe, or
No, that's ver, which is the vertical, which is.
where did I see it?
Yeah, one of the issues we noticed with this replacement board is that it doesn't actually have labels on any of the things, just numbers.
I swear I saw it around here somewhere.
I'll find it in there, but it's gonna
Oh,
get...
yes. Jim, lad, we'll find your decals, sir. Vertical.
First, we must regauss.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's a horizontal.
Here's my horizontal. So horizontal is this one then.
Okay. A horror movie that's the back rooms, only it's the circuit board. It just keeps changing.
And, oh God, no.
Yeah, it's like House of Leaves.
Okay, there we go. And then the vert is going to be that one right in here. Are we just blocking everything? No, we're not. Great. Vert goes there. And then... wow. How... Ah, here we are. Deg switch.
Aha!
Diggy switch.
The Degwin switch.
Diggy, can't you see?
Probably that one.
I think somebody's mentioned kludge, and it's I think it's a slightly different spelling. Who knows where that word comes from?
So now I've always pronounced it kludge, so maybe I clearly don't know
I
where
heard
it
it
comes
was
from.
kludge, like Kludg or Cludge. It's a printing press
Is
that
it?
was noteworthy because it was really complicated. It has many moving parts, and it's actually kind of spectacular to watch. And it sort of became synonymous with anything like really complicated, like more so than it needs to be.
Like, was the brand name of the printing press? Or
Yeah,
the...
I think is the manufacturer name,
Cool.
the Kludge printing press. I think there might be a handful of them still working.
I mean, it sounds like it's something that's infinitely repairable.
I mean, to get it to work, presumably you would need to.
Yeah. Well,
Kludge.
like there's a handful of original linotype machines still working, and that is the kludgiest kludge that ever kludged. Holy moly! Oh, it is a minor dream of mine to see a linotype machine working.
Yeah. Give me that hot lead. Actually, don't give me that hot lead.
Type in the matrices.
Okay. I think...
Yeah, that one seems important.
Yes, this is the actual RGB signaling itself, because this goes to the arcade and this goes to the... Well, it goes to the... I keep calling it the arcade. It goes to the game board. Which one are you? VSync. Right, good. At least they're nice enough to use, when it's RGB, they're using the R, G, and B colored
Oh,
wires.
bless.
Yeah. You don't understand how important that is until you run into something that doesn't have it.
Yeah,
Okay.
It seems like a trap. I don't know.
And let's be very careful reattaching this.
There's a lot of sort of subtle stuff going on with electronics and marking like that, because once you get down to a certain size, it becomes difficult to print anything legible on it. Mm-hmm. And I discovered, like, the other day that on some household wires, the hot and neutral are very slightly different. Like, I think the neutral is smooth and the hot has a slight embossing on it.
Interesting. Okay, let's plug this back in.
Chonk.
feels like it's connected. And it's not just.
Uh-oh.
I want to make sure we're getting the
Yeah.
actual pieces in there. There we go. And now it's connected.
Excellent.
Okay.
So now, how do we connect the...
We spin it around.
Yeah, okay.
We take the flashlight off before we put it back in the thing. So yeah, let's remove the apple box, and then I'm going to twist it around, and then you put the apple box back. There we are. Okay, that's that. Hello, you. Where can I get you to from?
Yeah, like how much distance do we need to bridge here?
Okay, so this was, haha.
Oh, that's close enough?
Yep, that's close enough.
Excellent.
And where's my power? Power is back there. Ow. Okay, the power is going to be our problem here.
Can I slide this a little closer?
Yes. We may just even want to rotate it 90 degrees or so. Careful, careful. Good.
Now, chat, remember, don't sit too close to the screen.
You can also move the cabinet itself.
Yeah, might be our best option here.
One of the cool details about this cabinet is that it has a pair of wheels on it that you can't see.
Yeah.
But they engage when you tip it backwards, which makes it actually quite easy to roll.
Okay. Is the cabinet plugged in on that end?
It sure is. It probably shouldn't have been, but...
That's okay. Everything is off? Okay. I am going to... Where's the Mr. board?
I put it over there on the table.
Great. Grab that. So we've got potentially some video signal. And I would ask you to clear the area.
I'm just going to roll on over here.
Yeah, just get behind something substantial.
Oh. You're a brave man, Ian Horner.
Okay, I think that's...
Blah, 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 blah.
Mr. Connected. And main power on.
Okie dokie.
Power supply power on.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, nothing yet.
Nothing on screen. That said, we should be getting something via the Mister. Mister is receiving, so that means it's probably sending.
I mean, do we actually even have the connections that we could plug the thing directly into like one of our monitors just to see the output from the Mister?
Huh.
Or do we actually, the Mister is outputting to the...
I actually don't believe that the Mister can send to both. It depends on which model this is. I don't know offhand, but you may... Oh, this is the Model 1 Mr. Cade. Yeah, I don't know that you can in default configuration without getting into there and turning Linux on. Oh, hello. Okay. So it didn't explode. That was what I was
That's a
worried
good
about.
start.
So now we can adjust some things and see how that works. So
Oh, right, yes. Here, I guess I can...
I'm going to get my wand for that.
I'm going to move the mirror so you don't need to rely on me.
I actually think thankfully we've got the camera.
Oh, well, yeah, that's like a mirror.
Yeah, just like one. So, these pots are is a dim. Screen at the bottom and focus on the top. So I guess let's start with screen.
What does screen mean in this context?
On or off?
Anything happening?
Nope.
No. Okay. Let's go try focus.
Focus.
There is also the entire set of little pots right next to your finger.
Mm-hmm. Down here as well.
Oh, no, the one attached to the big white wire bundle.
This one here.
Yes.
Yeah. So contrast, if anything, should be going up and down. Oh, was anyone hearing the hum?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, you're closer, so.
Yeah. Is hum coming in now? Because I can hear a hum from the back of the TV here.
Ooh.
I think we're hearing the fan more
Yeah,
than the
Probably.
hum. That's something, though.
Yeah, it means that energy is being sent to the TV. So that's important. Okay. Everything down to nothing. Bring everything up just to the middle. Let's try a bit more screen.
Man, Paul has a perfect opportunity to troll us here by like superimposing an image on there. Being like, look, you're doing so good. Like a Flappy Bird on there.
Okay, what are those? V-size, side pin, tape, H size. Let me come around. Yeah, leaning over top of the high voltage
It's fine.
machine. Probably,
Just gonna check where my plank is here.
Yeah.
Also, actually, if you would like a lot more light, we do have this stuff.
I think I'm good.
Aye, aye.
I'm wondering if some of these might have got shorted.
That is possible.
Oh, that's a bridge. Can you pass me my multimeter?
Aye, aye.
Thank you. Oh, it's probably around back.
There it is.
Thank you. That might cause an issue, but. Okay, so that doesn't bridge. Okay.
Is that a bad beep?
Yeah, that's a bad beep.
Oh!
So, fingers. So I'm going to say something very mean here.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed you fucked up.
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
If that's the case, I just need to do a quick solder joint, which I believe we have time for. So I'm going to power down the device, just so we don't have so much hot juice everywhere.
So the idea is that something on that controller has bridged because Alex replaced the pots on that controller, right?
Because
Correct.
they got smushed.
Yeah, and one of the ones he replaced, good solder work mostly, but one of them is bridged.
All
and
right.
it's honestly, it is the horizontal size one.
Interesting.
Which, in my mind, could potentially just cause the whole thing to say nope.
I mean,
So it's basically trying to show like an out of bounds signal.
It might be. Yeah, it might just be getting too much adjustment signal forever.
That would be awesome if it was just my screw up.
Oh, that would,
My fixable screw up.
yeah.
Fingers and toes crossed.
Yeah. Just gotta drag this all out now.
How much horizontal do you want? All of it.
Can I ask Alex?
What you need?
.com. Can you put water on that? Yep. I will murder you. Thankfully, soldering is a thing a thing that's in the title of this show.
Soldering sponges that gives them the most range from stone-like hardness
Yeah,
to
to
like perfectly pillowy soft when wet.
Immediate wet. Oh, there you are. And we're just going to steal the arcade's power for a second. Okay, should I braid it or should I suck it?
The eternal question.
We are just not doing phrasing at all,
You
are
know,
we?
we're going to braid it. I think the braid is the smart move. Okay, come to me, Southern.
Gee, Ian Horner, what does braid versus suck mean?
Well, Alex, there's two ways to get to desolder something. You can either use a desoldering braid, which is a braided copper rope. You put it down, apply heat, and then the solder wicks into the wick.
Hey, that's capillary action.
Yeah, at a high temperature. Then the sucker is literally what it says on the box. It's just a pump with a high temperature nozzle or a high temperature resistant nozzle that you get the solder nice and liquid, put the pump on top, push a button, and it goes.
Did I tell you about the solder sucker we have at Makerspace?
No.
Oh man, it rules.
Oh, is it one of the electronic ones?
Yeah, it's got like
Yeah.
I think it's got like a vacuum and everything. You're just
Those are the best.
like, oh, it's. Ugh.
No question there.
I kind of want to just find some PCBs just to desolder them all.
You know, we were rolling without flux.
Fluxant.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're not going to get to see this, unfortunately, because
It's too small.
yeah,
Just pretend
That's okay.
what's going on.
we'll live.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I do want to suck that.
I do have a great deal to learn when it comes to soldering. It's a tricky thing.
Well, there's one way to learn.
Do it.
Yep. Try.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
One of the best purchases I made.
That specific one?
Yeah, it's real good.
it was fun doing that.
Oh, that reflexes though.
It was fun doing that soldering practice on the
Soldering 101 back
Yeah.
during last year's subathon. Yeah.
subathon. Yeah, that was a cool little fun.
I thought
cool
that
little project.
it was nice to actually teach some people something too.
That was really cool. Real Gamer Cow. I will actually not have a Recovering Gold from PCB's YouTube channel because it involves a lot of the most heinous, noxious chemicals imaginable. And the material to recovery ratio is abysmal. It's just like, hey, do you want to mess around with like fuming nitric acid?
No. Okay. I think.
Yeah, no, I just do it the old-fashioned way and like burn everything in a heap.
As one does.
Wait, recover silver from photographic developer? Interesting. yeah. The flock cameras and data centers have tons of copper and gold and platinum in them. So it's just there. You can have it.
Yep.
It's yours.
It's yours if you can find it. in one piece.
I have been particularly tickled by the sort of the open hostility to AI surveillance cameras
I'm very happy.
as like a thing.
Yep.
People are just like, hell no.
We don't want this. What's this thing? We'll use the corner? No.
I mean, yeah, like those cameras were defective. There's many videos I've seen of people attempting repairs on them and they just fall right apart. You know, government goes for the lowest bidder, and
Bob is your uncle. Let's put some more
let's
salt
test
on.
methods of cutting a 2.5-inch aluminum pipe. Ominous. I could probably state my enduring adoration for the dry cut saw at this point. Do you know about this?
Tell me about the dry cut
This
saw.
is bonkers. Okay, so I belong to a local makerspace, and we have a bunch of different departments, and one of them is the metalworking department. And one of the operations that you do a lot is cutting long or heavy stock to length. And to do that, there's a number of ways you can do it, but like the most typical one is using a horizontal bandsaw, which is a large, slow-moving, continuous blade that sometimes uses a deluge coolant system, which is just continually applying coolant. And we had one. We actually had 3, and we junked all of them because it's unfortunately one of those things that is easy for people who don't know what they're doing to break, because it's meant to
Flux.
go under gravity and just like cut. And I sort of spearheaded a kind of tool acquisition project where I was like, you know what? Why don't we try something different this time? And we did some research into what's called a dry cut saw. And it looks, from first glance, exactly the same as a wood shop chop saw, which is a circular saw on a sort of pivoting handle that you pull down into the work. Although importantly, it has an enormous honking motor and a bunch of inbuilt clamping surfaces to hold the work, and also it has a couple of different sort of not depth settings, but like angle of attack settings, depending on the type of stock.
Right.
And it uses a I think that it has tungsten carbide teeth. Some of the newer ones have Cermet 2, which is like a ceramic bonded something or other, and they're crazy. So it works basically like a chop saw, but for steel.
Yeah.
And they're pretty loud, but they do a great job, and they run a lot cooler than you would expect. Just like chopping through it. And it's worked quite well so far, which I'm very happy about, because like we wanted a way to be able to cut stuff. But yeah, I picked up a Cermet 2 7¼ inch circular saw blade as something for us to try out.
Ooh.
And it works great. I used it to chop up a cast iron table saw table, which is pretty cool. Just like, wow. And I finished the cut, and it's like, wow, this is cool to the touch. How do you like them apples? It's one of those things that seems like it should be incredibly sketchy, and then you use it, and it's like, oh, isn't.
This is just, this is a proper tool.
Yeah.
Ugh. I'm gonna need a new bottle for this flux, I think. But
That looks like nail polish.
it is a nail polish bottle
Oh,
because flux be liquid, and one bottle will last you a lifetime.
one thing that I've definitely been learning where it relates to soldering is the cleanliness is next to godliness.
Yep.
Because I sometimes try soldering like non-electronics, like bits of brass and so forth, and you have to get them so clean,
Oh yeah.
or it just doesn't work. Like it'll pill up, and you will scream and cry and puke.
Oxidation is the worst.
Yeah. I mean, that's why brazing and welding aluminum sucks. Because it's like, haha, look at me, the invisible layer of aluminum
Yep.
oxide that forms in minutes. And you're just like, what do you mean there's an invisible layer of aluminum oxide that forms in minutes? It's like, well,
I have that.
yeah, that's why I like working with steel. You can always trust, well, you can't trust it all the time, but it's just like, it's very straightforward. Steel is just like, I'm steel.
Good old steel. Nothing beats it. Okay, I think I've got it. I was. Oh, come on!
Oh no. Gosh, I hope the pot itself isn't verkacked.
Oh no, it's not the pot. It was I had it good, and then
Oh, and then it like blorped.
yeah, then I resoldered a joint, and it was just it decided to fill in the space in between again. Do I need to get rid of I guess I need to get rid of everything. I need to get rid of it
Shit.
all. That's all right. This is we're here for this.
Oh, what, do you not like working with mystery steel?
Oh no.
Or like the time that I was working with mystery steel that turned out to be aluminum?
Oh no.
And I felt very foolish indeed. I was like, how come this isn't welding?
Oh, it's magic. That's why.
Yeah, that didn't feel very good. It's like, I'm a ding dong.
Well,
You remember something about pre and post nuclear steel? Yes, that's a thing. So radioactivity is very, very easy. Well, the instruments used to detect it are really, really sensitive, and they can pick up itty bitty amounts of it. And this has sort of become a pain in the ass for people working at the very high end of a lot of sort of like scientific and industrial applications where like super precision, like clean detection is important. Because a thing happened in the 40s where a whole bunch of radioactive particles were released into the atmosphere. And
they actually also discovered that, at least in the third one, or second one of them, new metals got made
yeah,
atmospherically.
yeah, and that sort of carried on until about the 90s when everybody agreed, it's like, you know what, let's maybe stop putting radionuclides into the atmosphere. But by that point, they've sort of been distributed around the entire Earth, as I understand it, in like infinitesimal but detectable amounts. Mm-hmm. And that means that they've sort of worked their way into a lot of materials. And so if you're working on something that's like super ultra high sensitivity, using just like regular commercial grade steel, and I think lead as well, you will get a little bit of that, you know, pre-atomic testing ban fallout.
It's from what I understand, it's everything. Like literally, like, you know, like atomic carbon dating and stuff doesn't work since that's why, you know, it doesn't work past a certain date because
It just
there's this. It's like it's kind of cool actually.
Yeah.
There's basically this line everywhere in the world where simultaneously
yeah.
we all got blanketed with nuclear stuff.
So it's also really weird because it means stuff like Roman lead is really prized by scientists because there's a whole bunch of like sunken lead material from the Roman Empire that escaped all of that contamination and is still there, I think, on the seabed to be recovered and reclaimed as material for those sort of processes. It's so weird. Also, the way like radioactivity contaminates things is a little tricky to explain because the way it's sort of related in pop culture makes it seem sort of like infectious, and that's not really accurate. Particularly the way it kind of sticks to metals. Our friend of the site, Atomic Marshmallow, who is a nuclear engineer, explained that it's a little bit like static cling in that respect.
Makes sense.
Yeah, kind of. But a lot of the time, it's from dust contamination. So you have like bits of dust that have bits of I don't know, like cesium and iodine and iridium and all the other garbage on there. And it's just like stuck on the outside, and like the particles are too small for you to see, but you know, they're like bzzzt.
And like you say, the sensitivity of the detectors now. Like I remember seeing the thing like after like the Fukushima plant.
Yep.
There was all these pictures of like this huge plume of radiation coming across the Pacific and hitting the coast of California, and people were like, "Oh no!" But then like you look at the scale,
Yeah.
and it's like this is literally like a banana.
Oh, it's actually, that one specifically, Paul, is even worse. If you look at the scale, that scale is in meters because it's a tidal map. So it doesn't talk about radioactivity at all.
Oh, really? People were just like,
yeah.
"Oh no!"
It looked really scary, and people were like, "Holy shit!" Our local sort of hippie shops were all sold out of iodine, which was amusing to me. But that said, like, yeah, you can pick it up quite a far distance away. I mean, like, that was how Chernobyl first got reported, was like a lab in Sweden picked it up. And they're just like,
"Hey, you guys okay?"
we think you may have a problem with your reactor. If you want to check on that.
And then they're like, "No, everything's fine."
That is my favorite thing about nuclear science, is that it's very difficult to do secretly.
Oh yeah, you can't. That's how we know that like Israel has nukes. Mm-hmm. It's like, we saw what you did there.
We saw the line.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, let's try this again.
Last try here, I think.
So now that that bridge has now been de-bridged.
Well, turns out that, yes, the pads were bridged, but they're meant to be bridged on the circuit board as well. But at least it's a clean solder. All right. God, I love the two-stage power-up on this thing.
Yeah, it's like primary, secondary.
Atomic batteries to speed.
Okay, now poke it.
No.
Yeah, don't do that.
Okay, if you come back here, you can hear. Just get your ear close and
Boom.
subcont, R bias, G bias. Okay, so those are all just the biases there. That we shouldn't need to worry about at all. It's just the things on here. So horizontal size, nothing. V size. I did also check the type of resistor, and you did use a properly.
Right. Yeah, I think I at least worked out that is like, I can't just use any pot.
Yeah. And apparently the Alps ones that they come with are no longer made.
How exciting.
Well, twiddle diddle.
I feel like that's a lot more difficult when it comes to electronics because machine tools, the technology still exists to make replacements a lot of the time. I think that's a big reason why the TTC and like the transit system in Toronto had a full-time blacksmith for the longest time, and maybe still does. Maybe not anymore because they updated all the trains, but there's just like some old spare parts that like the company that made them went bankrupt like 200 years ago or something.
I mean, they talk about that. That's like, I mean, not the only, but one of the reasons why, you know, there's always all these stories of, you know, military waste. You know, that you know, this widget that costs $50 cost $900 for the military, right? And you know, there's obviously a certain amount of waste, but one of the things is when they're procuring something, not only are they getting the thing, but they're also locking in. They're saying like, and you're going to produce this thing. You're going to keep the tooling up and running to produce this thing for 50 years.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I wonder if that might be why.
However long it's going to be.
I sometimes volunteer at the Aviation Museum up in Sydney. And one of the projects we're working on is restoring a Piasecki helicopter. And we have a sea can that's packed with an incomprehensible jumble of spare parts and so forth, including like, for example, like single packaged spark plugs in a quantity that no one could ever possibly use in 10 lifetimes of heavy flying, but you know, it would have come with it or was donated or something like that. And the problem is that like it's just clutter because like I don't think it's even worth getting rid of for scrap.
Yeah, because it only works with the thing it comes with.
So,
well, unfortunately, I think we've kind of hit the wall on what we can do with this today. It was good to get it out of the machine, get an idea of what we've got here. We've taken some pictures. We know what we're working with. And so now comes the long interregnum of research and parts acquisition, which is always the fun part.
Well, I figured that like we would have to diagnose exactly where we were before we could figure out where we were going.
Yeah, there was a chance that we could have gotten lucky and it would have been just a twiddle. But
that's naive of us.
That's not really going to happen. But I have gotten over that fear of going in and touching bits of a CRT. So,
and I mean, like the Ian in the timeline where he got blown up, you know, that's not us.
No,
we won the coin toss.
I see that one. So I want to say thank you so much, everyone, for watching at home. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here with us. I want to thank Alex for hanging out and all of the work you've done on this thing before.
No problem. Yeah, no, I'm glad I was able to help, and I look forward to continuing until we get this working.
We will absolutely be bringing you back when we work on this again. Thanks again to Paul in the booth for switching the Camrys and keeping things moving.
You're welcome.
And thank you at home for those of you who are so kind as to donate over at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. It's not a donation, it's a patronage. What you do helps us do what we do.
Yeah, you patronize us.
Yeah, exactly. So from everyone here at Loading Ready Run, thanks so much once again for watching. We'll see you not in a fortnight, never in Fortnite, ever forward, learning out of spite. Good night.